All right, so I think we're good to go. Good morning, everybody. We'll have a brief rundown of all the covered techniques in step one, and then we'll isolate individual techniques and try to have another review of the applications. Then we will progress to the next techniques. We try to cover as much permutations and interpretations relative to each technique. And then should you have time to do it along with us, please do so. Otherwise, enjoy your coffee, your adobo, and your pancakes and beer. And sit back and relax and review the videos later on. And try to work that one out with your assistants. And hopefully you'll have your personal interpretation, and we can improve our interpretations of Seguidas because there are more people who are more acquainted with it than before. Anyway, so let's start with salutation. Okay, we'll start with technique number one. So the position or the stance is a closed position. So first is jab, diagonal takedown, uppercut, and jab. A variation is a vertical takedown, a vertical uppercut, and a jab. You have the option to move as you do your sequence. So what's fixed is your hand movement, but the footwork would again be will vary depending on your distance with your target or your enemy. But based on technique, that is the sequence. That's number one. Number one. Jab, take down, uppercut and jab. Jab, take down, uppercut and jab. Okay, so number two is jab, take down, uppercut, and jab. Then you step diagonally, 45 with the left, parry the weapon hand or the non-weapon hand. Okay, you do your whipping. Okay, then you do your thrust and jab again. Okay, so you notice there's some more steep step to the rear. Because what you're going to do is you're going to perform your parry, then your whipping, your ichiketi, and your thrust. We will explain later the applications and other derivatives of this techniques individually. And number three is basically your payong. This is version one. And this is the second version, of which you just do your circular here. Okay. And this is the first version. Payong, circular, and do your jab. Payong, you can do your circular here, and plus, and your jab. Number four Okay, it's basically your flywheel or your inside circular. Okay, you can do 2 to 3 vertical circular strikes. So again, this one you can vary your direction. Either you want to go sideways to the right or to the left, forward or to the rear. Okay? But basically, that's the inside circle. Then number 5, it's pretty much the same as number 2, except that you know the stick comes out first. Stick comes out first, then this one goes around the head. Okay, that would be a thrust, correct? And that's your plan. Another version of that one is you do your pasuga. Okay, so this is one, then you parry. Okay, then this is your movement. Then, okay. This is the first version. You can add the circular, then thrust. Okay, this is the second version. Okay, again, first version. You can add the circular. The second version. Okay, first and the second you can combine. I hope you don't mind me mixing up all the versions, so you can work on both variations. And moving on, number 7, number 6. Okay, this is payong. This is your double kick. That is your vertical, broken, high and low. Then that is your cross and jump. So strike number 3 is just after the payong, you deliver your kick. Okay? You can do another circular. So the added circular, enables you to continue the momentum as you see fit. But you can also skip the circular if you want. Okay? But what is constant are the 2 kicks and the 2 verticals, the jab with the cross and the jab with the hack. Okay? Now putting in the circular, you can do your circular here, okay, again, and deliver cross and the jab. Okay? Okay, so that's number 6. Number 7, you notice you start with cerrado position, you end with cerrado position. So number 7 is you go low, high, low, high. Okay, you can add your circular again, go for the thrust and jab, or you can skip the circular. You can go straight to the jab, thrust and strike jabs. Another variation of this one is the hook that you deploy on the 4th count, then followed up with your ending strike. So low, high, low, okay, hook, okay, then the jab. Okay. The first one is basically all 4 payongs covering your walls, low, high, low, okay, and high. Those are your four moves. You can add the circular again, or you can skip the circular and go straight to the thrust and the jab. Or after this one, you go for the hook, okay, using the back of your sword or the back of your stick. But when we look closely at the drills that we normally do, the high, low, high, and low, with regard to striking, you can make use of this platform to match that sequence. So if he's first feeding you high, instead of going low, you go for payong high. And if it's going to strike you low, you can perform your deflection down here. Then it's going to do high again, then low again, then there. So as I said, you can make and come up with different interpretations as you see fit. You can tweak it, but stick within the framework of the technique. Based on technique, it's low, and high, then as we see in number 7. Then number 8, so from the jab takedown, this is your puño, that's your puño strike. Okay. Here, that's another puño strike, then the kick. It's pretty much like your break in and break out, but you started on break out first and you went to break in. I'll do it again. So this is basically your break out, your break in, then your break in. So this is another puño. So you will notice that there are two distinct puños there. From the initial trap, that's your puño. Then this is another puño. So it's a vertical puño and a horizontal puño combined. So one more time. Okay, this is the hook, and that is the vertical puño. Then this is the horizontal puño. And that is the vertical puño. Okay, so that's number 8. Now, let's go over a quick review of the application. You have the option to go with single, then he delivers the attack, then that is your jab taken uppercut. You can do double. After this one, you deliver your first technique. Or you can do this one and all perform your number 1 technique. Another is after the high low high, he feeds your payong, you strike, and that is your technique. So what I'm addressing is the strike number 1. So he's delivering strike number 1, and I'm responding to it by hitting strike number 3, number 4 by hitting, and number 2 by hitting, then feeds and goes back to number 1. So I'm not performing any disarm. I'm just presenting the preparatory techniques or the strikes that you would like to employ just to set the mood. You can do, if you deliver that one, you can do single. You can do double. You can do 1, 2, triple. You can do high, low, high, then deliver one. Okay. I choose to stay inside and do the inside payong. So meaning if he delivers that one, I can go inside, deliver the inside payong. But I can also do step out to the outside, deliver my immediate action, which is the jab to the hand, and a takedown, then the uppercut. But you also have to anticipate the recovery, which is number 2. So if I choose to strike here, then he delivers the uppercut, the backhand, I can deliver my uppercut. Then I can again perform my number one. Okay? So you can vary the feed. You can let the first one pass. You can address the second one. So you'll address the second, another attack which is made with backhand. If you so decide that you change the feed to a cross, if it's a cross number one, that will be uh, your sequence. So that is the jab, that's the down, and that's stop, and that's the jab. So I can go direct to the face, or I can go and strike the hand. If it converts that one to a high line cross, I can probably employ my pylon to have a more sensible response to the cross. So your jab can also be converted into pylon. So if you're going to do 1, 2, 3, and he decides to give you a thrust here, your number one technique will address the number 3 thrust. If you do 1 and 2, he delivers thrust here, I do 5. That's going to be my response. Now, to have a full understanding of the other possibilities, you have to also work on other angles like an uppercut, number 3, and that's your movement. An uppercut, which is your number 4, that is your movement. So in the feeder can give you 1, 2, 3, 4, thrust number 1, and thrust number 3. Okay? He can also incorporate thrust number 2 if he delivers that one. You step out. So we're using the 7 strikes for the siete feroz to execute our number 1. Now, he can also deploy his empty hand. So we'll just isolate the empty hand. If he goes for a punch, that could be addressed straight to the arm. Or if he punches, you can carry the hand, go for a jab to the rib, a takedown strike to the knee, an uppercut to the elbow, open up, and that's the jab. Now, another one is when you parry, you go for an initial jab on the rib cage, then followed up by your downward strike to the knee, an uppercut to the elbow, then a jab. Or when he punches, that would be your number 1. This would be your number 2. If you swing this one open and he goes for another punch, that could be your uppercut, and that could be your jab. Now, we isolated the punch, but let's integrate that one with the strike. So let's just say we're going to do 2 strike pattern, then he'll beat. I probably missed this one. Okay, so that's a possible push to my elbow. Okay, if he delivers that one, I can go here. Or if I manage to disarm that one because of the strike, the punches, I can move to my number 3 and number 4 like that, or altogether come up with another sequence to deliver my number 1. So one more time, 1, 2. Okay. I did follow. I managed to disarm this one, and it goes for a strike. I can do this. I can do that. Or probably disarm this one because of the strike. I can do for punyo, and I can go for takedown, uppercut, and jab. So that's as far as we can interpret number 1 in all possible scenarios, and we will now move to number 2. We're going to do high-low high number 2. You can do a disarm either striking this one with the punyo, striking it with the length of the stick, striking the nerve with your punyo or with the bony part of your wrist, and maintaining this grip on the weapon head. So if after the strike to the nerve, that loosens up the grip, you can pull the weapon downward. You can go downward, uppercut, and jab. Or if if you do the third hand, okay, then you can employ your remaining strikes on number one. But what we're going to do this time is interpret that one with number two. Instead of going for number one, when he punches, you parry, then you do your with it. Okay? You can slap and cross horizontal, you can slap and cross vertical, you can slap and cross reverse using number two plus. 1, 2, 3. The empty hand presents a threat. I fire that one. I can strike the head, or I can strike this one. Okay, I can follow up with another strike, or after I strike this one, I go for a vertical. I can push the chest. I can cross him head. After I work on this one. Okay, now after this one, I can bisect. I can go for vertical, then I can go cross and then. So you have the option to step out. Okay, you have the option to step out or stay in. Or you push into a balance, then you deliver that cross. So if you're going to translate that to empty hands, this is your application. I can deliver my empty hand translation. A lot of those translations we will have on the fourth session. Okay, so number two again. If I fail to disarm because he pushed me and he gives another follow-up, this will be my interpretation. If I fail to disarm because he pushes me again, I can actually make all the strikes here on the hand and deliver the cross. Or I can vary my strikes, okay, from the hand to the head. And another one is I can work on my bisecting line. I can do my circular strike to the arm to break it, or the head for the circular slash. That could be my cross. And instead of the jab here, the jab comes with the arm. So I will have I missed the disarm, but I decided to evade the follow-up strike because they pushed me. Okay, I can actually pull the strikes here. I can control the elbow. I can bisect. I can control. I can proceed to my my locks if I need to, and go for a design. Okay, so that is number two. Number three is basically your two pile. If you pulls it and you miss, it delivers again. That could be your second pile, and that could be your circular. That could be a half. That could be a plus. This could be a design. So number three is all about two piles. Okay, so this is my first pile. Okay, you push that one, and this is my second pile. Now, the next movement is a circular. So I can do circular. I can trap this one. I can go for the plus, and I can go for the design. It's my second pile. Right? After the second pile, I can go circular. I can cross. I can go for the design. It's my first pile. It passes all the way, and he does another follow-up. This is my second pile, and that's my circular. That's my cross. I can go for a strike here, and I can go for a jab again. So what happened basically is I managed to deploy all my piles. I can drop the vertical here. Okay, I can loop my hand here. I can go for this one, then I can deliver my jab. Delivers that one. I can loop it around, deliver my verticals. I can go for this arm. So the variation is if you want to loop it, you just loop it around the head, or you just want to settle with the verticals, that's okay. Now, I managed to disarm this one, but I see the punch coming in, and it might be too late for me to do my number two. I can step back. Okay? If he delivers another punch with the right hand, that's not fine. Then I can work on my succeeding moves after I shielded myself with fire. So again, your point of reference for number three are two pylons. First pylon, second pylon, you can go straight down and you can loop. Then you can continue on with the disarm and a jab if you want to. Or otherwise, you can insert the scenario where you manage to deliver the disarm, he punches that one, you go for pylon, he does another punch, okay, that could be your second pylon. And that's your jab. Okay, that's number three. Number four is your double circular. So after this one, you go for this arm, then you went forward, and you just continue on delivering your two verticals because he just wouldn't stop and just continue charging forward. So again, jab, take down, uppercut, jab, then step back and do the verticals. Arm, jab, and do the two verticals. Okay, so that's number four. Number five, okay. Okay. You go for the disarm. Right, comes here. Okay. The point of reference is that using the backhand, you strike the threat first with the backhand. Deploy your empty hand. You can go circular and you go for thrust. One more time. Okay. You manage to do a disarm, then you strike, then your empty hand will come in, not control the circular and strike. Let's just isolate the punch. So if the punch comes in, I can strike here, then I can push the face, then I can cross vertically or diagonally upward. One more time. 1, 2, okay, and 3. If I want to push the chest, I can do that. I can do an upward thrust. I can do a horizontal thrust. That's the movement. Because I chose to stay inside. If I chose to stay outside, I can snap this one, I can bisect, I can cross, then work on my two movements. Or if I want, I can go for the loop around the head. That would be my follow-up. So the loop around the head, again, move it around my head. I can go horizontal thrust, diagonal upward thrust on the one, or the puño, and I can still continue on with incorporating number one and number one technique, the second one. Okay. If I fail to disarm this one because they pushed me, the movement would be from here. Okay, that would be my circular. Then that's one plus one more time. It pushes me. Okay, this would be the loop. Horizontal, then plus. And I can still include my number one. Or I can do push. Okay, I can do a bisecting line, but still include the loop. I can go for slashing across in combination, and I go for design, and I can connect it line number one. Simply because I failed to do that one. That's right. Would come in. If I want to enter on the bottom part, I can do my my third hand entry. If you look at this one, okay, my third hand entry. If I strike here, then that's my third hand entry. Okay. That could be a jab. This could be a disarm. Or probably my third hand entry is a bisecting line. I can go for this one. I can do this. Okay, so the hand movement can be a control to the elbow. It can be a bisecting line. It can be an entry on the bottom. So you can do your strikes. Okay? So that's number 5. The difference is that you employ the stick strike first, followed by the empty hands. Compared to number 2, the empty hand comes in first, followed by the stick. Another distinct variation of number 5 is instead of going for the backhand strike, you're going for the forehand strike, which is another variation. So you can do forehand number 2, no, backhand number 2, sorry, or the forehand number 1. So it's up to you. It's up to you what you want. Number 5 is related with pasugat, which is your forehand, or pasunod, which is your backhand. Addressing the weapon hand. If you manage to make the disarm, you address the empty hand. You address the empty hand. You're using the same hand placement. If he delivers the punch, okay, you can, instead of controlling this one, because that leaves you open here, after this one, you go straight to the face, to the chest, or a push and a thrust. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 6 is ion, wicket, vertical, broken high and low, then circular and across the jab. So the same. Okay, if it deploys that forehand strike, that will be your first pile. Your pile will differ whether you want to do your pile long range, then you do your wicket, then a vertical to the head and the hand. That could be a control. Okay. We intentionally made it, if you deliver that one, static, so you can first train your drill with a static target. But don't expect a static target. Expect that it's going to go all the way and it's going to go back with the backhand. So again, static. I missed because it pushed me. This is my parry if I want to go to medium range. The parry and the fire, then we take to the temple, then we take to the vertical broken to the head and the hand. If I want to bisect again, go for circular, I can still go for circular and disarm. So again, the key here is you would push because the scenario is you fail to disarm the one, of which you're going to do your bio. Now your Wittig originally is the 10, but you can do your Wittig to the elbow as well. Okay? You can do your second Wittig to the wrist. Then you can do your vertical clockwise right. Okay? You can approach from the up, bring it down, or approach from down, bring it up and to position. Or you just hold on to the elbow for control. But then again, it will not just stay there. The purpose of training is just let it there. But in reality, if you fail to disarm this one and he goes all the way like that, okay, that could be your Wittig. And when that happens, this would be your second Wittig. So you're going to time your second Wittig to that backhand so you can deliver that Wittig. Now you're in the inside and you can now deploy your vertical strikes from the inside as well and go for your remaining strikes one more time. So what happened here is I failed to disarm. I managed to do Wittig, but the strike went through all the way. I made the strike here. I waited for that one so I can do my second Wittig. And I can do my high vertical, low vertical, or you can do high vertical slide, or you can do two vertical slow, or you start with close and follow up with high. Then follow through with thrust. Again, I failed to disarm. Okay, I made the Wittig, then he went for a backhand. I anticipate that one using my side step. Okay, and then I can deliver this one. Then my thrust. One more time, we're going to do it slow. I failed to disarm. I went for a pile and I managed to strike the elbow, but he went back. So I'm going to move out so I can do my Wittig. And then my vertical. Then I can go for my drop. And one more time. So it's just very easy. You just do your first payong and your first Wittig. When he goes for that one, you go for your second Wittig. Then you go for your vertical high and vertical low. One more time. Payong Wittig. You deliver that one, clear that one, check, and that's your second Wittig. And this is for, and swing that one back in here. And we went for that one, swing this one, open it to go outside with your third hand. So that is number 6. Number 7, if it's going to cross here, okay, that's my first movement. So my natural movement is to protect my lower region. Okay? If he pushes my elbow and he goes as for another strike, that's my second response. One more time. Originally, he wants to strike me here, so I want to go and deliver that one. I remember your wall, and then your pylons. That is something you can do. But if you choose to deliver that cross, you miss because you pulled it back. You deliver the uppercut. That's your movement. So if he delivers that one, he pushed you. You went for that one. He pushed you again. Okay, you pass that one. He delivers here. That's your number 3. Or if he chooses to go for a backhand, okay, that is your number 4. So it's all about deflection. So to make a continuity of the motion, cross comes in first, it pushes you. Okay. The punyo comes in, it pushes you again, you went for down here, that could be your payong number 3. Okay? Or if he strikes that one, you manage to disengage, you can do your payong and work on that one. So those are all payongs. This is your payong here, this is your payong here, this is your payong here number 3, and this is your payong here number 2. So again, cross, 1, push, 2, okay, probably managed to do that. He goes for this one, that's your number 3, he goes for another one, that could be your number 2. Otherwise, if he goes for number 3, he goes for a follow-up, that's your number 2. So that completes all your payongs. One more time, 1, cross, push, if you do that one, okay, push, number 3, okay, if you do that one, number 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, but payong-wise, that is payong in Dako Pipulyo, this is your first payong. In the payong drill, this is your first payong, this is your 3 payong, and that's your number 2 payong. Okay, so that is number 7. A variation of this is if you look at that one, I mentioned that some components of CTK uses this one on their 4th count. So low, high, low, then across. So you can vary your sequence to accommodate that. To accommodate that technique, which is using the back of your leg to hook that last strike, so you can perform your last covering of the 4 walls that is being attacked. So that is number 7. Number 8. So number 8 starts from here. So you fail to disarm because you push from here. So number 8 is a pari and a puño catch, and that is supposed to be a puño to the face. This is your first puño. Okay? If he blocks that one, that's your clear, and that is your second puño. So block, you clear that one, that's your second puño. You can block that one, and you can work on your follow-up movement. So again, so after this one, we retract this weapon, you parry, this is a hook, that's your first puño. If you manage to home in, we do this for safety, that's why we do our form with this one. So after this one, that's your puño, but the scenario is that he blocked that puño. Okay, so what you did is you hooked that one, you went for horizontal puño. You can do with it and take down, depending on your scenario. Okay. You probably grab your hand. Okay, so instead of a hook here, that's your elbow kasakay, or you're right in the elbow. That's your rotate. That's your strike. And then, so the interpretation is that again, you fail to disarm. Okay, you go for a puño hook. You hook slap one, open it up for horizontal hook, and do with it and downward slash and jab again. Or you fail to disarm, you hook this one. As you do your puño, you catch your arm. As you are supposed to do your puño strike vertical. So you have 2 options to address this one. One is to do kasakay, and that's your rotate. This is your downward strike, and jab one more time. push. He caught you by the arm. So again, you ride, you do it, you do downward, and down. The other is, okay, if from this, you can grab back and strike as you control the hand. So just to isolate that one, okay, you use the empty hand that you're using at that time to control the elbow. You use it to push to trap the weapon, and you go for your downward strike, whack into the face with the hand, okay, and you do your upward and your jab. Okay, one more time. Pushes you here, that's your control. Okay, you grab you by the arm, you push the elbow inside, you release, okay, the hand that grabs your hand, then you go for that one, whack the hand, whack the weapon hand, whack the hand, okay, then you go for the uppercut. So that's the interpretation I do for number 8. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is from number 8. Okay, for number 9 is you do your double tap and you do your broken, circular, okay, broken, circular, broken, circular, broken, and circular. So if you end up being here, you're going to step back, so striking your knee, you lift it, you do your broken, you do your circular, then you do your broken and your circular. Okay, so by way of form, it's broken, circular, broken, circular. The hand tap can be done in 3 different ways. One is go for lifting of the leg, going for double force positioning. Okay. Then you do your circular using this movement. So the hand movement is tap, control, use double force, release, then you do double force to the circular. Double force for broken, double force for circular with the footwork. Double force for broken, double force for circular. Another hand placement is inside. You tap your thigh as you do your broken, then you do your circular. Same here. There. So the position is the weapon is here, the hand is here on top. That's the second. The third one is the hand is here first, then the broken is there, and the circular is there. All 3 you can do. Okay? Broken, another option is whittick. So whittick, then circular, whittick, then circular. Okay, so there are 2 variations on the first strike. You can do broken, or you can do whittick, then your circular. Whittick, circular, or broken, and circular. Now, let me just isolate the first part, the footwork. So the footwork is that whether your left foot is forward, is aiming for your left foot, you raise your left foot as what you would do with your forward triangle. Okay? So if you are going to perform your forward triangle, make sure when you go down to the base, you cross your center line with your knee. It's like the style of a picture wherein he lifts his knee above his hip bone to make sure that there is body torque, there's energy. And in the case of this technique in Seguidas, is aiming for your knee. That is why you're lifting that one. So if Neil is aiming for my knee, my goal is to lift my knee and address that weapon hand or that weapon with my broken. So I am addressing this one, and I could probably go back to clear that one further with my circular, or I can bring my circular to the head. So broken or Wittig on this one, then I can do circular, then I can do my other follow-up strikes. I can go Wittig to the knuckle, clear that one so I can open. Okay. I can do broken here. I can go circular to the head, broken here, circular to the hand, broken here, circular to the weapon. So broken, circular, then I can do my follow-up here. Broken to the knuckle, circular to the knuckle, or circular to the weapon, then I can do my follow-up. Or I do my broken first here and I do my circular to the head, then I can do my follow-up. So number 9 is you lift, circular, then you do your follow-ups. You lift broken to the hand, do your follow-up. You can do broken to the head, circular to the weapon, then do your follow-up. Another option is you do your Wittig. You do your Wittig, you get the weapon, then clear that one, then work on your follow-up strike. You can go a Wittig to the hand, a fluid to the weapon, then a follow-up. A Wittig to the head, then follow-up. So you can change your sequence. Either you go for Wittig or you're broken, then you switch legs in between. So let's just say my right foot is now the target. So we go for this one. This is my evasion. So I try to address this weapon with my broken, then follow up with my fluid, and I can probably work on my succeeding sequence after that. I could probably do a broken to the head, and I can do circular to the head, then I can work on my follow-ups. The target now is my right foot, so I can do broken, I can do fluid, all directed to the weapon of the enemy. Now I can direct the broken to the weapon, the circular to the hand, broken to the weapon, the circular to the head, and my follow-up. If I'm going to do Wittig, I'm probably here. I can do my Wittig, I can do my follow-up. So the target is my leg, because your enemy is a leg hunter. So that is the interpretation as far as the leg is concerned. So again, you can do broken and circular, and you can do your follow-ups. You can do do your Wittig, your circular. You can do your follow-ups. You can do your broken to the hand, clearing using circular, clear the weapon. Wittig to the hand, open by doing your circular. A Wittig or broken to the weapon, then a circular to the arm or to the head. And your follow-up. A Wittig to the hand, a circular to the body. And here. Then you switch legs. Okay, broken, circular, both are weapons. Broken, circular, strike the hand. You do your follow-ups. Okay, broken, circular, direct to the head. And you can do your follow-ups. You can do your Wittig, circular, and there. You can do Wittig to the weapon hand. You can do your circular and do your follow-ups. You can do your Wittig to the head, then a circular to the hand or to the stick or the same spot as you would do Wittig to the head and follow and make your entry. Now, foot placement. Foot placement can be as follows. If it strikes your lead foot, which is your left, you can do your broken and you can step 45 again, come back, and maybe reach the distance further by moving forward. Another drill that we normally do is when you do your broken, you land this to your 90 so you can evade, maintain a medium range distance, then deploy your follow-up. Another is when you do your broken here, you step back to the 180 because you needed to back away further. So instead of moving forward, moving to the side, you can move to the rear. Okay? When you do that broken, you can do your knee lift or you can do your step to the rear. And that's your broken and that's your fluid. So meaning, it's aiming for this one, I can lift and recover. I can lift and recover to the side. I can lift and recover to the rear, or all together, I can step to the rear and go for circular. So you do that with your left, you do that as well with your right. You lift, you go back to 45. You lift, you go to your 90. You lift, you go to 180. So your follow-up will be determined with your determined by your foot placement following the lifting. So again, the lifting can be replaced as well with a step to the rear and the combination of the broken and the fluid as far as the weapon strikes are concerned. Now, the question is, can we switch the sequence with regard to stick deployment? Of course. The first sequence was broken and circular. Because I stopped momentarily the travel of the stick, then guided it out with the circular. But you can switch now the sequence. You can start with circular first, then you proceed with broken to your intended target. Because you lifted this one, you did a circular, you let it pass, then you went for broken to the head, you broken to the hand, perhaps after that one. One more time. So I chose to go circular, I strike the hand. I chose to go circular, I strike the hand. I stepped 90, I strike the hand. I stepped 90, he went back again, I stepped back further 180 as I do my circular. Now the right foot. Okay. I do my circular, then I do my broken. I do my circular, I do my broken to the hand. Okay. I do my circular, I step 90, or I do my my circular, then I went 180 afterwards. So this part of the interpretation of Seguidas number 9 is a case wherein you are being targeted in the leg region. The bottom line is when you do your forward triangle, you do that because that is the same movement that we are going to employ in Seguidas number 9. The stick movement can either be broken and circular, or it can be withic and circular, or you can switch the sequence. You start with the circular first, and you follow up with the withic. You start with the circular first, then you follow up with the broken. The strikes can either be dedicated on the same location, or you vary the location of your second strike, which what I did with the leg first, then with the head after. If I switch the sequence, I went for a circular first, follow up with broken, you can make that as another form of interpretation, both on the left side and on the right side. We are talking about the lower portion of the body. We will now proceed to the interpretation on the upper portion of the body, which is your middle and the upper range. Okay? Now, you work on this one again. Now, it pushes you again. Your broken now becomes a technique addressing this one. So this would be your broken and circular. So in terms of stick movement, that is your broken, that is the retraction, that is the circular. If I chose to stay out, that would be the one. So if we are going to go over the sequence, it pushes me. My broken could be addressing the weapon, and my circular could be addressing the weapon hand. Or perhaps I could focus altogether on the weapon hand with the broken and the circular. So I'm using the broken strike as the initial strike here and not yet the wicket. So again, I just use the broken strike and the circular strike combination. Distance, broken, circular. I can stay outside without controlling the elbow. I can strike the weapon arm or the weapon hand, and I revert back to circular, which is the next movement, and I can work my way and perform other techniques. So as you can see, the movement is still the same. That is broken and fluid. First, the target was your leg, and you employ the same movement of the stick while you're being targeted on the leg. The next one is you are being targeted here, and you're addressing that one either weapon, weapon, hand, weapon, hand, and hand. Okay. Now, it will only change depending on the range that you choose to operate. If you choose to operate on medium range, your broken and your circular could be that one. Okay. Now, if I choose to do withic, so let's just say I'm going to choose withic this time, I can do withic and I can do circular. In the same token that I do withic here and I do circular on the leg target. Now the withic is now directed on the upper thread, which is directed towards the upper body, no longer the leg. So I can do withic here if I choose to stay distant, and I do circular here, and I'm going to work on my follow-ups, or I can do withic to the hand, a circular to the hand as well. That prepares me to other movements, or a withic to the hand, a clearing of the weapon, so I have the liberty to do a wide strike at the horizontals or circles or otherwise, What's important is I remove the thread and gain access all my targets right in front of me. So again, so this is my broken, broken and fluid. If I want to stay distant, that's my broken to the hand. That's my fluid to the hand. That could be my panas follow-up. That's a broken to the hand and a fluid to the weapon open, so I can do my wide strikes. Or I choose to do my witty, my circular, my follow-up, my witty to the stick, my circular, and I can do my follow-ups, whatever I wish to do, if I want to stay distant. But your witty can also be done in medium range. So this is your witty, and that is your circular followed up by your third hand deployment to serve whatever purpose you want to serve. So the idea now is I'm moving in here. So my witty is here. Okay, then this is my circular, and that's my third hand deployment. Okay, so you can you can use number 9 to address targets here, or if he aims for this one, that is your movement. Okay, so I hope that clarifies the interpretation of number 9 in first set of Seguidas. Do we have any questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, we'll move to number 10. So let me go back to number 9. So this is number 8. So your number 9 connects with number 8 with this one. So it's a broken and a fluid circular, or a witty and a fluid circular. Now your number 10 starts with the right foot forward, of which you're going to do the same. Okay, that's a broken, and this is a hook. Okay, a broken, a hook, a circular, then you advance with the left foot. You're going to do broken, a hook, okay, and a circular, and stop here. So it's like here. Okay. So you end up stopping here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 8, 2. Okay, you can follow up with the circular and stop here, or you can stop here after this one. Okay. The reason why there's a circular on the last part, because that is actually the movement for the next number, which is your number 11. Okay, let's just stick with number 10. Again, number 10 is aiming for your leg. So you do, again, your broken, then you, your songkete is included on that one, then followed up by your circular. So it's broken, songkete, circular. So if it's aiming for this one, that is your broken, that is your songkete, and that is your circular. If it's doing a backhand strike, okay, that is your broken to open, that is your songkete, and that is your circular. Same if it's aiming for your left knee, that is your broken, that is your songkete, and that is your circular. So meaning you can do a distinct gap in between applications. Broken, songkete, circular, or you just broke it down, then you hook, and you did circular. You brought it down, you hooked, and you did a circular. So let's first address the first one. You strike whatever is going towards your knee, either from the forehand, then you do your sungkete, then your circular, or you strike this one, you do your sungkete to the face, that is your circular, okay? Or the weapon, then sungkete to clear that weapon, and you do your circular. So defined are the three movements, the broken, the sungkete, and the circular. You can connect the first movement to the second. So instead of going through a broken, you just bring your weapon down in such a way that it goes like it's a swooping motion. So if he strikes me here, this would be my movement. So if he strikes me here, my choice whether to lift or to step back should bring the target away from the oncoming weapon. So if I choose to do broken, let's just say for the purpose of discussion, I'm going to back away this one. That would be my broken, then that would be my sungkete to the face, and that would be my follow-up circular. That would be my broken. If he delivers a forehand as a follow-up, this forehand, this would be my sungkete, and that would be my circular. Or we can just isolate this one using the second sequence. So I can skip the hitting this one. I can just work on the guiding of the weapon hand, and I'm going to do circular. So the aim for this one, that would be my movement in real time. So it's like your circular, but what you're aiming at is either the weapon, then clear that one, then do circular. So the weapon hand, then your circular. So again, the weapon hand, clear that one, then that one. The weapon clear, then circular. The weapon hand clear that one, then the circular. So I use broken, sungkete, then circular. I decided to lift this one. I can do broken on the hand. I can do sungkete on the weapon, and I can do circular. If it's a left foot, I can go for the hand here, and I can do circular. So the movement is one clear circular. It's right foot, one hook, circular. Okay, so that is the application on the lower part. Again, I can change, I can replace the broken with a wicket. I can do wicket to the hand, I can do hook or sungkete to the weapon period, then I can work on my circular. So at this juncture, I'm using sungkete combined with the wicket. Or I can again go back to my first, which is my broken. Then that's my sungkete. Those form-wise, okay, that's the movement of number 10. Okay, so that's the lower part. But what about the upper part? That could be my broken, then this would be my truncate, then that's my circular. And circular. So I can say this time, and I'm going to deploy my truncate after my broken, then circular. Broken, truncate, circular. Broken, truncate, circular, which is your broken, truncate, circular, broken, truncate, circular. I can do my critic, truncate, then circular. I can do critic on the hand, truncate, and circular. If I choose to stay in long range, but if I choose to stay medium range, that could be pushes me here. That could be my broken. Then this would be my truncate, and that's my circular. So meaning I can do that one because I am here. I did my pasugat and the pass I made for I made the circular after the pasugat underneath. I can do some truncate to the face, clearing this curvy open, so I can do circular. Truncate to the head. Now when I do circular to the hand, it's up to you. Okay. So you push it in again. I can do. So meaning if I travel here, I am going to go for thrust number 2. So that's my thrust number 2. This is my clearing. I can go circular to the head or circular to the hand, and I can make my follow-up movements. So again, 9 and number 10 are directed in terms of interpretation on the lower leg and the upper portion using Asuga principle and Ritic principle on the first movement. So again, if I may emphasize, the footwork involved here is what we normally do with the forward triangle. So you can combine either lifting or stepping back in either number 9 or number 10. In the upper portion, you address the strike with the corresponding technique, whether it is a Ritic or a broken. You can interchange actually. But then again, in terms of form, this is number 9. Number 10, truncate, circular. Again. So you end up being okay. So do we have any questions? Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Nick. Any questions, gentlemen? Hopefully, we could ask some interpretations for those coming in from the Latin America. So we've covered set 1, techniques 1, 2, 9.
Any questions?
Questions? Going once, going twice. Thank you very much, Tuhon Miki. You could open your audio and your videos for the questions, gentlemen, ladies.
Thanks to Mick. That was awesome, as always.
Thanks, Tuan. Jesse, it's good to have you. It's not difficult to interpret number 9 and number 10. Let's just consider that there are 2 target areas. that he is aiming at. And those are your lower leg. In the lower region, which is your leg, particularly the knee, and of course your upper region, of which you are going to address with the same movements as we have discussed a while ago. But in terms of form, the lifting of the knee is very distinctly involved in the expression of the form for specific reasons. You lift it because you're being aimed at the knee, then you make the interpretation on his strike using your stick and your third hand, commensurate to specific distance or range, whether it's long range, so you just employ your weapon, or medium range, wherein you employ your third hand as well. And again, the fight is dynamic. You can traverse from long to medium range as you see fit. Okay, so let's just have one final rundown. So from here, this is technique number 1. Then technique number 2. And technique number 3, Payo. You can do circular here. Technique number 4, you do your double redondo or circular. Technique number 5, first is you address it with the backhand. You can do a circular movement over there, or you address it with the forehand strike and you do your waterfall. Okay, number 6 is your payong double kick, your double vertical strike. Number 7 is down high and down and high, or down high, down hook. From here, you start with the payong, take down, catch with the punyo, strike with that one. The first punyo, this is your second punyo, with the kick to the head. Again. Okay. Here. Okay, your number 9, since your leg is here, that's your first. Okay, then your number 10, hook, circular, and then you stop here. Then we will move to number 11 and number 12 in our next session and interpret it further using your ginunting, your spadidaga, your empty hand, and your single knife. So we can have a diverse interpretation. We do not want to rush things and just give it in one go. We want to make sure that everybody has a full interpretation. This is our interpretation based on what was taught to us and a consolidation of all the study sessions that we did to analyze the movement and make sense out of the movements. We encourage you to seek further comparison with other proponents, but do not forget to use your own understanding of Picadilly to make a better interpretation that will best suit you. That's the beauty of Picadilly. It enables us to express the art in our own respective ways. There are no, as most of our seniors would say, there are no wrong interpretations of this one. It's just that those who were able to be exposed to certain groups and certain environments have different interpretations of all these movements as compared to the others. So basically, that's what I wanted to get across today, and I hope you had a great time watching, and I hope you'll find time to practice, because it really looks different when you do it. It feels different when you do it as compared to just watching it. And don't take our interpretation as the absolute truth in Seguidas. You can also factor in personal understanding to better understand it and share it better to our students. So again, thank you for your time and attention. Salamat. Tuan Jay?
Salamat, Tuhon Mick. Salamat po.
Salamat
Thank you,
po,
Tuhan.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Tuhon Mick.
Salamat, Tuhon Mick.
Thank you, Tuhon.
Gentlemen,
Thank you.
Thank you po,
Salamat
Tuhon Jay.
po.
Thank you po.
Thank you,
Session
everyone.
of
Thank
Seguidas.
you.
Oh,
Till next
Sunday.
week. Till next week. Till next Sunday.
Sunday po.
Salamat po. Jay,
Everybody good
salamat
day.
po.
Thank you po.
Again,
Again.
maraming salamat po.
Thank you
And
po.
time no see.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Don Jojo, yung espada ko!
Mandala Red, nasa akin.
Ayun.
Sa'yo ba? Alagaan mo
Guys,
muna!
suwad niya, Mick.
Oo, nasa akin.
Again, to all instructors, mabuhay tayo. Maraming salamat.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Thank you.
Good bye.
Thank you, Ton. Thank you po. Everybody.
Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Weekend,
Safe
everyone.
drive. Safe drive, Likha.
Hello.
And Doc.
Max.
Happy birthday, Doc. Shello.
Don RJ.
Don RJ.
Thank you.
Don RJ, morning.
Don Jesse.
Morning, everybody.
Don Jason Nardi. I think he is
Don
on
RJ.
board.
Yes.
Pili na ng Levi.
Welcome aboard.
Huwag ka manginggit.
And to Tuhon Bobby Ladra. I think he was on board. Maraming salamat. Brother
Good
Neil,
evening,
maraming
Jess.
salamat.
Bro Neil, thank
Kapatid
you.
na Neil. Thank you, thank you.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Don Jeff, the adobo, send us the adobo.
Thank you po.
Don Jesse, regards to Jeremiah and the family.
Hello to the
All
family.
right.
You take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Maraming
Nice
salamat.
session, nice session. Always.
Always. Yep.
So again, for Katipunan, loyalty,
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
and Tuhon.
Tuhon.
Oh, I like
Salamat,
that. I like
salamat.
that.
Bye.
Tuhon Mick. Salamat po, Tuhon Mick. Thank you. Thank you. God
Thank you,
bless.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, Mandala. Bye-bye, Tuhon Jess. Tuhon Jay.
Bye. Thank you.
Don Jesse, bye-bye.
Rujo.
Okay, bye, guys. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you
guy.
again.
My blues partner. Bye. God bless everybody. Salamat, Tuhon Mick ulit. Salamat, Tuhon Jay.
Bye, everyone.